And we're back! Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal playing Oracle of Ages, and last time we were here, we got even further in the Skull Dungeon. And in this part, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know ahead of time. I'm actually post-commentating this because I actually lost, flat out lost, the commentary for the previous part, or for this part. So I have the video, I just don't have the commentary for it. So I'm post-commentating this, and that gives me a good bit more freedom for saying whatever the hell I want to without making a fool of myself. So basically, yeah. Whoops, sorry about that. I got distracted for a second. Anyway, first of all, I'd like to say, by the way, if you're watching these on Tumblr, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, y'all. I'm glad people actually watch these. In addition to that, if you are watching these from Facebook, also congrats. I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget, if you ever have any questions or want to see what I feel about things or want a topic for me to talk about while I'm doing this, feel free to just leave me a comment on the video, or if you're on Tumblr, like leave me an ask on my page. I'll gladly respond to it, and I'll probably even mention you by name if you ask. In any case, let's get back to talking about the video here. So I'm gonna end up stumbling around a bit here because I actually get kind of confused. In a bonus episode that I'm gonna render after I upload this one, I accidentally actually freaking reset my game by accidentally loading a different state, and I didn't save before I did this part because I did all these videos in bulk. So I kind of get upset and I have to start over, but I make my way back here off screen and everything's all fine and dandy. And here's my first attempt at the boss. Alright, so when I first started this, I assumed that because it was like many of the bosses in Zelda that have a giant freaking eye, that I was supposed to like pull it with the switch hook and then like when it stopped spinning, shoot it in the eye. But it turns out you're actually supposed to just pull it out, and then it's vulnerable after you pull it out, which is a really straightforward application of the weapon as far as what I expected from Oracle of Ages. I expected to like have to like kill all of its little floating thingamabobs, and then have to like kill it or like to shoot stuff in its eye, but no, it just switch hook it and then beat the shit, mash your A button, or whatever your sword button is bound to on it. So the rest of this video is basically part of the reason why I kept it so long. If you notice, it's about 18.5 minutes, is that I actually had I felt like I had pretty good commentary. So I guess I might as well go ahead and gloss over that, because you know what, I guess really what's the only thing that's going to be keeping you here is the commentary, because I'm not doing anything particularly interesting but dying on the boss again and then getting lost. So yeah, I just got off work about, actually I guess it's technically 4 hours now, but it doesn't feel like that. I had to go to, for one, I went to eat with a friend. And then I also went out to go to fiscal services on my college campus to basically see, or to see if I had a hold on my account, which I do. It's because I haven't paid my month's rent. I totally forgot about that. Well, not really forgot. I just assumed it would pay out, but it turns out that it's actually not my housing. There we go. I forgot how he explained it to me for a second. Basically, I have a fine from last semester that they didn't tell me about, and then it's about actually the same price as my rent almost, so that's why I thought it was my rent at first, because it was so much money, and but it turns out it was just it was just the fee from last year. So I'm gonna go ahead and pay that off, or rather talk to my parents about talk to my parents about paying it off. And then, yeah. I had a not annoying day at work, but it was very... I hate my job. It's not hard, like I've mentioned, and I'm gonna stop defending myself eventually and just go with the fact that I hate it, but it was just very, I work at Hollister, as I said, and one of the things that's very vexing is, for one, I work with some very extremely attractive people, which is okay, but sometimes it makes me self-conscious because I don't feel like I measure up to the standard of attractiveness that is, I guess, Hollister attractive. And what I mean by that is, I have acne. My skin's a bit rough in places because that ghetto living's hard on the skin and soul, y'all. And I don't like have my hair always in mega order, which, I mean, one of my biggest, well, I don't even really have a deal with my hair. You know, I live in a city with a very low percentage of black people in it, and then even though my university has more black people than the city, well, percentage-wise, than the city, like, really, people who aren't black don't really know how my hair is supposed to look when it's, like, in order, so I could to be honest, I've had people, for one, people always want me to have a goddamn afro just because it amuses them or they think it's cute. And then two, they always, it seems to me that they enjoy my hair more when it's nappy or when it's unbrushed, which is fine with me. I don't give a fuck. It just amuses me because at the same time, like, my mom, like, freaks out whenever she sees my hair, and she's like, what will people think? And I'm like, well, people who aren't black don't know what my hair should look like, so they'll just, like, accept it anyway. It's pretty funny. In any case, yeah, back to work. Yeah, it's just very, not vexing, it just kind of makes me a bit self-conscious. And then we're currently kind of understaffed, and I end up doing other people's jobs or stuff that I normally wouldn't have to do, and so I'm having to, like, learn new things, which isn't, I mean, that's not hard or anything, but I just have to learn new stuff and then still try to do my own job, which can be very vexing. And I get really annoyed with myself because I feel like I'm really slow at everything I do, because almost every time I've been there, I've done something different, almost, just because of how understaffed they are. And I haven't really had time to, like, really learn how to do any job, like, particularly well, so I'm, like, really slow at everything, and I forget to do how to do certain things. But yeah. So enough with my boring-ass life, Raffle. I am trying to remember what I was gonna talk about. Oh yeah. Second boss attempt. There we go. That'll be a good distraction while I collect my thoughts. So I'm basically about to. I'm gonna spoil it for you. I'm gonna fail pretty horribly at this, and I'm gonna get pretty freaking owned. See, I'm still deciding or figuring out what I need to do with this thing, because I wanted to avoid looking at a guide, and actually I didn't. I looked at a YouTube video. I'm gonna put the name of the person whose video I looked at. It was someone else's Let's Play in my in the video description, just because. Well, shout out to you because you helped me figure out what I need to do. Or I just watched their video and saw what I was supposed to do on the boss, and it was pretty legit. Yeah. And to reiterate, also, don't forget, y'all, that I would really appreciate if y'all leave comments or anything, or let me know what's up, or what you want to hear about. Just because I'm trying to figure out, well, there we go, I died, but I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with these, although I guess I've had a while between that unfinished Let's Play of Final Fantasy II, and which I'm going to get back to eventually, probably over the break. Spoilers. I'm gonna get back to that. I might actually just start over and maybe do something really gimmicky with it to compensate and make it like different. Or I might do some research or like theorycraft to see if there's any particular thing I can like show off with the weapon system. But in any case, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you commented on things. As far as what I did have to do for the rest of the week, I actually have a wedding on Friday that I'm going to that one of my friends from school is having, and Z is a very nice person, and if you thought that was like me enunciating things weirdly, my friend is genderqueer and prefers the pronouns Z and here, so that's what I'm using right now. If you don't know what those are, go ahead and look them up. I might explain gender pronouns later, but in any case, yeah, I'm going to their wedding, and they invited me, and I really appreciate that. So I have that to look forward to. I think the last time I went to a wedding, I was like 6 or something. I went with my dad. I remember because it was like around the time. Actually, I wasn't 6. I was like 9 or something. Because I remember, Mulan came out, Ruffle, around that period of time, and I believe I saw that with my parents. Oh well. Let's see. So I'm still failing around here in the video. Meanwhile, back to videoality. I think I'm actually gonna end up dying on the way to the boss. Take your bets now. It'll probably happen. Either that or I die at the boss. I really don't remember. I've been tired. I've had things going on in my life that well, actually not really. Other than a bit of a depressed. Not like. Actually, I almost don't even want to use that word because I haven't been like mega depressed in a while, but I recognize it as depression. I've just been a little feeling out of sorts because I don't know. I've been kind of lonely, and then I'm currently kind of having sex with someone. Well, not sex with someone. I'm kind of actually, yeah, that is true. We do have sex with people, but I'm kind of. I have been, like, fooling around with someone, basically, who, will, like, only kiss me when they're drunk, which is really weird, because normally I don't even play that shit, like, because it's just not me, yo. Like, I don't want people to... I want to be with someone who, like, really is into me and respects me. But at the same time, he's actually a pretty good friend, and he's really nice, and he's really sweet. He feels like that's too intimate. But at the same time, it kind of makes me feel not that amazing about myself. After that happens, and I think I mentioned this in one of the previous videos. One of my things is, like, I really dislike being pushed away, or, like, people, like, just turning away from me without saying it. Not even turning away, but like stopping or preventing me from initiating some sort of contact with them. Because I feel like, for one, I feel like I tend to be very delicate with physical interaction, and what I mean by that is that I tend to like leave hang time before I hug people. I tend to like not just go up and touch people without their permission, and if I do it, I try to do it softly, just because my own issues with being touched. I don't like to be touched without my own consent, or in very like aggressive ways. It just, for one, it makes me, my automatic reaction used to be kind of physically aggressive or violent, and then I kind of mellowed out once I got older, because, well, unlike in school, you can go to jail if you push or punch people for touching you. So, in any case, that happened. And so I try to just be respectful of other people's personal space and shit. But, I don't know. It just doesn't make me feel that great about myself. And I'm probably gonna go ahead and just stop that arrangement. It'll be... Well, actually, that's my other issue, is that I'm actually kind of lonely. I think in part... I mean, I'm just always lonely anyway, but... just been a bit lonely, and... really wanting... companionship. But like I said in the other video, I've kind of just accepted that I'm probably not going to be in a relationship till a lot later in my life. Just because it seems, I mean, it's just very hard to find people who have the same interest as me. Like, because even though, I mean, there's a whole plethora of awkward gay nerds in the world, Ruffle. I mean, that's actually not the minority that a lot of people think it is, especially if you hang out on Tumblr. But it's kind of hard to find someone who actually, I'm not even gonna bother describing what I'm interested in. I'm just gonna say that it's just a lot of the things I want. Hey, I died there. Okay, so I actually cut the video there, and this is going to be actually my final boss attempt. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this conversation up. It's just hard to find someone with all the things I'm interested in and that's important to me. And that I think one of the big things is I'm actually really attracted to gayness. Like, I really value people who, for one, are very comfortable in their skin as their sexuality or gender identity. And then I also really value people who really value and appreciate being gay, or rather, gay men that do it. I think I actually probably would really enjoy someone who was really prideful of their bisexuality too, but I haven't encountered that situation necessarily. In any case, so we're walking forward. Walking forward, there we go. You got the burning flame, an essence of time. It reignites wavering hearts with a hero's burning passion. Oh, how erotic. Oh, I'm blushing. Anyway, so I'll catch y'all later. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Oh, cutscene. The hell those floating mushrooms doing here? Oh yeah, the Maka tree. So I am I'm remembering more and more. The region north of Naru's house must be related to the essences. That's very vague. Thank you. All right. So, well, actually, I got 5 seconds left. So I'm gonna catch y'all later again. Thanks. Feel free to comment. I'll catch y'all later. Have a good